Hi everyone, this is Nia Signature. So today I'll be teaching you how to make these beautiful patches on this dress. I'll teach you how to cut this dress and also sew these patches on this dress. If this is something you're interested in, please stay to the end of the video. If you are new to my channel, do well to click on the subscribe button, turn off the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. And drop your comment in the comment section. I want to hear your comment about this video, and also give this video a thumbs up and share the link with others. So I folded my fabric into four. Can you see? So this part is folded into four. If there's no slit, there's no tearing at this part of it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to take the length of my gown. So you take the length, you can take it to wherever you want to take it to. It can be 40, it can be 39, it can be 38, it can be 50. It depends on the length, how long you want your gown to, the extent you want your gown to reach. So the next thing we are going to do now is the shoulder. So the shoulder, we are going to take our neck width. Then after our neck width, we are going to take the shoulder. So after taking your shoulder, you can now take the length of your sleeve from the shoulder point there. So another easy way to do it is to measure, just put the tape at the midpoint of your client's neck, where the bone is at the middle of your client's neck, then just measure it downward to reach the length of the sleeve. So if you have done that, for my clients it is 20 inches. So at this point here, I'm just going to go down by 3 inches because I want the slope, the slope at my shoulder to really come down. Okay, so you can use 1.5 inches, but I decided to use 3 inches for my slope. So the next thing for this neckline is for the depth of my neckline. The back neckline, I'll just go in by 1.5 inch. Then for the front, I'll just go in by 7. You can go in by 8. It depends on how deep you want the V neckline to look like. So the next thing I'm going to do right away now is to connect the neckline, the back neckline, and the front neckline. Remember, this my fabric is folded into 4. So I'm cutting both the front and the back piece together. I hope you understand. So what I'm just doing, I'm just cutting out, I'm just shaping out the neck line. So you can go ahead and do that to yours. So the next thing I'm going to do, so from this point from the neckline here, I'm going to slant it to meet the place I measured 3.5 inches. Sorry, 3 inches. So I'm just doing the fabric so that you can be able to see it clearly. So from this point here of the neckline, I'm going to slope it down to meet the 3 inches that I measured. Like I told you, you can make yours 1.5. It just depends on you. So at the sleeve opening, I'm just going to take in 9 inches. So I'll make it 10. You can go ahead and make it 10, depend on how open you want your sleeve to look like. So I'll just slant it. I'm going to slant it to meet it like so. Okay, so this is how it looks. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just trying to shape it well. Okay, then I will divide my hip measurement by 4, then add like 3 to 4 inches. All depends on, you can add 2 inches if you don't want yours to be that bogus. Okay, if you don't want yours to be that bogus, just go ahead and add for 2 inches or 2.5 inches. So I'm just trying to draw out the line so that you can see it properly. You can see it properly. So I will go ahead and do the measurement. And so after dividing my hip measurement by 4, I went ahead to mark it out and also add 4 inches to width because I want mine to be bogus. So we can add 3.5 like I said before. So that's what I'm going to do right away. So you watch what I'm doing. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, do well to click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post new videos, you will be notified. You'll be notified that I've posted new videos. Drop your comment in the comment section. Do well to give this video a thumbs up and share the link with others. So I'm just going to measure the measurement I took for my hip. If it's, for example, the hip is 9 inches, after dividing it by 4 it's 9 inches. I'll just add maybe 3 inches or 4 inches. Then it is the added maybe 12 inches. That's what I'm going to take downward. I hope you understand, to meet the hem of my gown. So there's no shaping like hip, waist. No, we're just going to take the hip because the hip is the bigger part of the body. But if in case your client's bust is the bigger part in her body, you can go ahead and use the bust. I hope you understand. So at this armhole bust point, or I'll call it armhole, from there I'm just going to slant it to meet the line that we measured at the bust side. Can you see? So just slant it like so, and that will be for the drafting of the dress. So I'll go ahead and cut it. Go ahead and cut everything, differentiate the back from the front. Then I'm going to cut it. So when cutting the neck, ensure that you remember that it's front and back. So after cutting the back, you remove one piece, then you cut the front part of it. So that's what I'm going to do off camera. Then I will show you how it looks like after cutting. After cutting, this is how it looks like. Can you see? This is how it looks like after cutting. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to sew the interfacing. I'm going to turn the neckline. So you can use bias to turn the neckline. So you can use bias, but I decided to use the same fabric to turn the neckline like so. Just place the main fabric on top another piece and shaping the neck, then just go ahead and sew it round. Okay, so this for the back piece. For the front piece, I also went ahead to cut facing for it like so. Can you see? Okay, can you see it now? So this is how it looks. So I'll go ahead and also sew the facing for the the front piece. Can you see? I'll spread it open and sew on it. Then I'll show you how it looks like. So after cutting and sewing, we will be cutting the patches. So just look for any round your plate like this, any round surface that you know that can give you a very good circle. Just place the plate on the fabric, then you can go ahead and use your chalk to draw it like so on circle. So there are other ways you can do it. Some persons just fold their fabric as if they want to cut a 360-degree flare. So instead of, they will not cut the radius, they will just cut the wideness of it. I hope you understand. So but this is the easiest one. I think this is the easiest one. So I went ahead, after drawing it round, I went ahead to cut it like so. Okay, so take your time, be patient. You can also, another method, you can iron gum stay on your fabric. So if you iron gum stay on your fabric, it's going to make the pieces firm and it will not give you problem while sewing. Okay, so I will advise you iron gum stay on it. Okay, so after cutting the first piece, you can now place this first piece on every other piece, and you go ahead and cut the same way. So you can pin it down if for better and for good results, you have to pin it down. This is how it looks after cutting. So you're going to cut two because you are going to need even if you are using gum stay. Okay, if you are not using gum stay, you cut it two, but I prefer you use gum stay because while sewing this, it was not easy because it was not really that firm. So I prefer you use gum stay as interfacing. Okay, or what we use to make the fabric firm. So you can see mine, I cut mine two. So I'll just go ahead and join the fabric together all round. I hope you understand. I'm going to sew it circle like this. Can you see what? Follow my hands, you see that's how I'm going to sew it. So after sewing it, that's how I will do to the ninth piece I'm going to sew. Then I will show you how it really looks like. So this is how it looks like after sewing. So I went ahead to join all of them like so. So the next thing I'm going to do right away now is to add bias. So just go and get your bias. And if you don't want to use bias, you can just go ahead and weave the edges with black color. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. So I will use bias on my own. You can use your fabric to do bias. So look at the bias strip. I'm just going to go ahead and sew it round the shape, the circle shape that I just cut out like so. So go to your sewing machine. It takes time, so I prefer you use gum stay, like I've been emphasizing on that. Okay, so this is how it looks. That's after joining the after using the fabric to turn the neck of the front. This is how it looks. Okay, so go ahead and give it a good press. So the next thing is the back piece. I've also joined the fabric to, I've already used the fabric to turn it. So the next thing is to place our piece. So I've used bias to already turn my piece, the nine piece. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place them on the fabric. So I place them one by one on the fabric. So you watch carefully as I place them. So you can do whatever design that you like. You can you see them? So you can do whatever design that you like. So watch me as I make my own design so you can make your own design. After placing it on it, so you can go ahead and sew it all round, sew every circle, join them with black thread. Since I use black bias, I'm going to use black thread to sew it all round. So remember, I've not joined the back and the front piece together, so I'll show you how it looks like. This is beautiful. This is really, really beautiful. Can you see? So you can even make better design than this. Can you see? I use different Ankara. That's what I did not, I remember, failed to tell you at the beginning. So you can bring different pieces of Ankara and put them together. Create whatever design. Does not mean it's only circle. You can make whatever shape that you like. You can even make butterfly shape. It all depends on you. So after doing that, we will now go ahead and join the back and the front piece together. Okay, you join the shoulder to shoulder, then sleeve, then you go ahead and fold the sleeve in the hem of the sleeve. Then also you go ahead and join the side, then fix then fold the hem, and that will be all for the dress. Thank you for watching this video to the end. See you in our next tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this one. I love to see your finished work. Bye.